Hi, welcome to SCW here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. Let's talk about the problem, shall we, of Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega at Impact Rebellion. Because let's be honest here, it feels like it's going to be a great match, what we're going to see at the pay-per-view. It really is going to be built as champion versus champion. There is going to be history going to be made, but I do feel like this could have been made a much bigger deal than what it's been made, and I do think there has been some mistakes on the build on the way here. I have enjoyed Don Callis' role, kind of more or less betraying Rich Swann. He's someone that's looked after Swann over the years, but he's always been Kenny Omega's guy, and he's even wanted to turn on his own company. I like that aspect of it. I like that side of it, but I do think this rivalry could have been so much more. It's title versus title. It's company versus company. Impact has made somewhat of a big deal of it. It's their pay-per-view. It's their main event. This last recent episode of Impact Wrestling, the match was plugged heavily throughout the whole show that Kenny Omega will be at this pay-per-view. But for me, the big draw here isn't just that it's Kenny Omega, it's the championship that's at stake. You can have an outsider come and win your World Heavyweight Championship. That should be the most awful thing that could happen in wrestling history to your company. Why would you want an outsider, regardless of the idea if it's a big name, one of the best wrestlers in the world? You don't want someone from AEW to come in and win your world championship. More of a big deal, in my opinion, should have been made about that. This just can't happen. We can't allow it to happen. And the roster itself should be frightened a bit. A lot of them are talking about who do we think will win, and they're sort of bigging both superstars up. I wanted to see clearly. I mean, a lot of them said they're going Rich Swann, but we need Rich Swann to win. This is our company. This is our place of work. We need to be seen as good or better than AEW. It's us that can be showing ourselves that we are the ones that are dominating, and that Rich Swann will go on to Dynamite representing Impact and making our brand bigger. That's what it should have been about from that side. But let's look about from the AEW side. They've barely promoted it at all. There was a small mention this past week that Kenny Omega will be going for the Impact Championship. Nothing about that his championship is on the line this Sunday, which makes and begs the question, is there any doubt in anybody's mind that Kenny Omega is not winning this match? He surely is, because there's no fear from AEW side whatsoever. This should be, well, Kenny Omega, yes, he's going to try and win another championship, but at a big risk. We can have someone from Impact Wrestling as our world champion. We're trying to establish ourselves as one of the new biggest, freshest wrestling companies in the world, and arguably we're on TNT. We can't allow it. Yes, there's this forbidden door where talent exchange can happen, but this is where, if you're going to do a match of this magnitude, you need to have a rivalry starting between the two companies. You need to have to a point where you have AEW not allowing the idea that Impact can actually be coming to their show, and vice versa. The only exception to the rule that I like is the Good Brothers, because they're Impact talent, but they're almost on that wrong side. They're kind of defecting. If you want moles in the situation, I do like the idea that can create tension and storylines elsewhere in the card. If someone perhaps is perhaps favouring the idea of Kenny Omega winning the Impact Championship in Impact, that can cause a rivalry of, are you actually loyal to our locker room? There could be so many different twists and turns, and I just think that if both shows have made this seem such a monumental match, I think coming into this Sunday, I think more people would be, I don't want to say would be more interested in it, because I think there is interest, but I think this would have been seen as can't miss. It could have been seen as match of the year. Yes, we have Marlo Ronaldo coming in to do commentary. We know the match itself is going to be awesome. Mauro is going to be fantastic as always. I'm a big fan of Mauro Ronaldo and his work, but I just feel that this could have been made to feel like it's the most special thing ever, and I just get this feeling that this is just another, it's another string to Kenny Omega's bow. He's going to come in and take another championship. He's got the AAA Championship, the AEW World Championship. Impact is just the next one in the line of more championships, and it does make you start to question if the forbidden door is opening on both sides, because I see the benefit of how it can benefit AEW because of the fact that Kenny Omega is going to be a world champion in Impact Wrestling. That's going to be in itself. I'm still surprised we haven't seen knockouts, by the way, on Dynamite. That's a big surprise to this point for me. But maybe that's because they want to establish that women's division on AEW first. But I mean, yes, Impact, they've had Private Party, they've had a couple of people. Tony Khan has done adverts in each every week, but Tony Khan is slating Impact each and every time he comes on the show, really sort of degrades it, and we've not really seen any real comeuppance for that. We've not seen any invasion from Impact. We've not even seen Rich Swann go to Dynamite, which I think was a necessary thing that should have happened this past week. Yes, it was fun with Moxley and Kingston, what they did with the Elite Bus, but at the same time, I think Rich Swann should have gone to Dynamite, should have confronted Kenny Omega, should have said, I'm going to be on this show each and every week. This is going to be somewhere that I come on my day off and I'll defend and represent your company as Impact Wrestling, but also going to be actually defending your championship on your show and actually, spreading the brand of Impact and making Impact even bigger than what it currently is, because that's what should be the name of the game here. That's what Impact has to gain out of it. I don't understand why that hasn't been done on that side, and from AEW, I don't understand. Yes, there is the game that Kenny can win it, but where is the fear if Kenny loses? That stuff should have been brought up, and I think it would have just made this more special had both sides just up to the ante a little bit more in the storytelling. Also, this begs the question, what happens on the fallout from this? Is AEW even going to acknowledge that Kenny Omega is the Impact World Champion going forward? We barely ever see the AAA Championship on Dynamite. We've seen it probably once, twice. Kenny Omega is not carrying that championship each and every week. If we're going to see him as the belt collector, we want to see every belt with Kenny Omega every single week. But if AEW doesn't even acknowledge this starts to make you wonder if actually there's going to be any benefit from Impact whatsoever when you look at things from the Dynamite side. Or is Kenny Omega just going to make, odd appearances on Impact and it's not really announced each and every week? This could be an opportunity where both companies can work together and really help each other grow. Yes, it's good that Kenny Omega is going on Impact every week, but if it's not made a big deal on Dynamite that he's doing so, you're not going to give that rub off from one company to another, which I feel that at the moment is currently lacking and sort of missing when you see it from the side of All Elite Wrestling. I mean, occasionally, yes, Impact, they did make a big deal when Private Party were going for the Tag Team Championships, but Impact, it's not so much either. So at this particular moment, the Forbidden Door, it has potential to be amazing, has potential to be a game changer in wrestling. It's one of the most exciting things that could happen in wrestling history. But right now, I am starting to wonder if this is going to work out, because currently it doesn't feel like it benefits every single player. And the more companies that get involved with this, we've seen New Japan be involved with this as well, for both Impact and as well when you look at things for Dynamite also with AEW. Is there too many people involved here? And let's not forget as well, the key thing for Impact Wrestling, where I think it can also be damaging, is the fact that multiple talents from outside of their company is coming in and winning their championships. Kenny Omega will not be the first one to do so. And does that make Impact look like an inferior product? Because right now, Impact should be benefiting from having this talent in. Perhaps this talent should be coming in and actually losing to their talent to make their product look stronger. Right now, in my opinion, it makes it look just a bit weaker. That's just from what I see from this point. It is still early days. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Let's see what happens from Rebellion and throughout. But certainly for me, like I say, this has potential to be the biggest thing in wrestling history. I just don't want to see it flop. But that's just a quick update for you anyway from me. It's just my thoughts on this particular match. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm not really trying to downplay it or downgrade it. Yes, I do think perhaps they could have done more for the build, but I think when it comes to it, Rebellion is going to be special this Sunday. I'm very much looking forward to the match. I've given my predictions for that match and the entire Rebellion show as well. The predictions are on the channel right now. Also did a live Q&A this week also, which is available on the channel for you also. And the breaking news also that Rachel Ellering will be making her in-ring Impact debut as Jordan Grace's tag team partner against Fire and Flavor for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. That video is also available for you right now. But that's all from me anyway. That's my thoughts on the topic, but this is time for us to interact now. I need to know your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to talking about this. Am I right with what I'm feeling? Am I wrong? I'd like to know either way what you are thinking about it, so please let me know in the comments below. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. This is SCW here on YouTube. Thanks for your support as always, and I'll see you on the next video.